All right, Shalom. This is Har One Ban Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Harakah Kwadash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders, and Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, the children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. All right. There's going to be a lesson topic dealing with Trump and his recent what's that outrage where he said he said openly when he met up with Bibi, who's also known as Netanyahu over Israel. He told him that he's going to take over the Gaza Strip and turn it into a metropolis. All right. So this is causing an uproar around the world, amongst the Arab nations, and also amongst the UN. So I want to read this. It's basically Trump and Israel. There is not Israelis, right? They're working together. Now, I'm gonna read this article. This is from AP, and it says, let me see, it says Trump's Gaza plan shocks the world, but finds support in Israel. Of course, he's gonna find support because wolves protect the wolf, even if they dress like sheep. All right, so everybody's starting to see all of his executive orders being unraveled, and they say the devil's in the details, and the details are starting to be, you know, shown to the world of all his executive orders. Some of them. Now it says here, Tel Aviv, Israel, President Donald Trump's plan to seek U.S. ownership of the Gaza Strip and move out its population. So they're going to kick everybody out of there. They said, they'll be there too. The Palestinians will be there too. Can you imagine that? Somebody say they're going to come. Going to sound like what they did to us, or at least to the Native Americans. They took their land, that they were on, occupying first. They came over here and took the land from the Native Americans, which this wasn't our land anyway, but took those lands from Issachar, right? Forced a lot of them into reservations, put a border, called it Mexico, also, but they did it to the northern tribes first, man, before they did it to the Palestinians. They did it to the southern tribe too. Well, they came and took everything from us, and now what are they doing? They're putting up, they're kicking them out, deportation. So now a lot of those Native American families that were kicked off of this land, and it was taken from them, and some of them are allowed to be here, just like they're saying with the Palestinians. Oh, they'll be there too, just mingled in. But everything was taken from them. So that's how they're doing the Palestinians. Well, what they call the Palestinians, which are really Ishmaelites. Some of them may be Elam, But a lot of those nations over there, they're getting done the same way. It's a perfect example of how Esau took everything from us, man, and showed up at the borders of Turtle Island and later called it America. Deep, man. All right. And then they called it America Vespucci. And then they realized they was wrong, that Amerigo Vespucci didn't find America. And then I think they took the Vespucci part off when they called it America. This place is a bitter ass place, man. So they're doing the same thing. They want to move out its population. President Donald Trump's plan to seek U.S. ownership of the Gaza Strip and move out its population infuriated the Arab world. All right. See, this is a curse also upon Ishmael. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that real quick. This is Genesis 16 and 12. It was prophesied that Ishmael is going to be going through these type of controversies. Genesis 16 and 11. And the angel of Yahweh said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael. All right, this is talking about Hagar. All right, that's what they would call Hagarenes from Hagar or Ishmael. Because Yahweh have heard thy affliction, and he will be a wild man living out in the desert. You see him shooting rifles. They, what do they call that? Suicide bombers. And the angel of Yahweh said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because Yahweh have heard thy affliction, and he will be a wild man, and his hand, uncontrollable. So that's why you see even the deals, they call it the Muslim Arab world. The scripture never prophesied about Ishmael being the promised nation, but they became a great nation, after the 12 kings of Ishmael. So now it says here what? And he shall be called, and he shall be a wild man. All right. So look at the deals they got with America. They got their own printing press. They one of the major powers amongst the OPEC nations, right? Ishmael. But a lot of them moved into Palestine after the Arab Wars in the 7th century. All right. In the 7th century, they had the Arab Wars. They were fighting against um, the Israelis later. They built that little mosque over there, over the tower at Antonia. So they've been wrestling for that land. The Lord said that. Matter of fact, he said, he should be a wild man, and his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. So, I mean, they're going to be scattered, and they're in the midst of the Arab world. You see that? As a power themselves. But, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. I'm going off track, but I'm just real quick. Lock in. It says Zechariah 12 and 3. And in that day I will make Jerusalem, which Palestine is basically part of Jerusalem today, and they're fighting over it. They're trying to make Palestine part of Jerusalem. When Palestine, the original word for Palestine is Philistine. I want to get into that at this point. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. So ever since they came against us, they've been fighting over that land, trying to take that land. The Lord gonna never let them have rest there. It says, it's a burdensome stone. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces. They're gonna go to war. Though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. And that's talking about when they came against us. All right. So since they come up against us, they're gonna try to get that land, and ultimately they're gonna be destroyed for trying to get it, keep it. All right. But I want to get something real quick. All right, so this is a picture of Ashdod. Now, Zechariah 9:6, and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. Now, today, the Philistines would be called Palestinians, same word. But the Philistines, original Philistines, were Hamites, Africans, tall Africans. All right, you had the land of Gath, where you get the Gathites, which was um, Goliath and them. All right, so this land originally belonged to the Africans, the Hamites. But it says here what Ashdod. That's a major shipping port over there in southern Israel. Now, you have the West Bank, all right, and then this is all those Palestinians have. They have the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. But originally, all of this was called Palestine or Philistine. Philistine. All right, so let me show you right here. So originally, all of this Gaza Strip, Ascalon, Ashdod, right? The neighboring cities that was destroyed during Sodom and Gomorrah. I think they're over there too. But then you have Gath right here. This is where Goliath's from. All right, the Philistines, they were those tall Africans. Ekron, you hear about that? Joppa. Now, this area, he said, a bastard shall dwell here now, and they're going to be fighting over that land. That bastard is that fatherless nation, Esau. Um, it says, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. So the Lord already did that. This is Zechariah chapter 9. This was written 520 BC. It was a prophecy. He cut off the pride of the Philistines, really starting in 604 BC with Nebuchadnezzar. The Babylonians, they ran those Philistines out of there. All right, let me see if I can get that. Let me see. Right, as a matter of fact, I think this is it. Zechariah 9 and 5. It says, Ascalon shall see it. And this still stands. This curse is still on the area, man. So anybody in that area, they're going to go under these curses. Zechariah 9 and 5. Ascalon shall see it. So those Hamites saw the destruction and fear. Gaza also shall see it and be very sorrowful. And Ekron, for her expectation shall be ashamed. And the king of those Philistines shall perish from Gaza. All right, so those Philistines got ran out of there during that time of Zechariah, or a little bit before that. All right, the Lord was judging those Philistines. It says what? And Ascalon shall not be inhabited, man. It says, and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. So now Esau done moved up in there. All right, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. Those are those original Africans that was in that area, and they got moved out of there. And since then, that land has been up for grabs, all up until the Arab Wars in the 7th century. And a lot of those um, Ishmaelites, a lot of those Babylonians, which were a mixture of Elamites, Assyrians, and Hamites, like Nubians, they're still in that land. They're over there in Iraq. Matter of fact, the original Philistines, they got taken out of there and taken into Iraq, which was today called Babylon. So that's an understanding of that land, man. And they've been fighting over that land since I think the 1900s, especially since Israel moved up in there after the 1948, the Balfour Declaration. King Balfour decided to give this land to um, what the hell is they called, man? Right, the damn Khazars, the Khazarian kingdom. And a lot of those Khazars and Germans, which is Teeman, a lot of them, when they split, a lot of them took on Judaism, which was really a Babylonian custom, but they took on Judaism trying to act like us, just like Herod did. So when they did that, they separated. They had a friction amongst Esau, especially over there in Europe. So they gave them a place so they can keep their religion, but still be Edomites, pagans. And that's right here in this land. All right. Especially they took our land. They gave them the land, and now they wanna take or annex Palestine or Gaza, which has already destroyed this whole. Since we saw them going into Gaza, they've just been paving a way, boom, boom, destroying the whole shit, trapping the people all into a corner. So that's the land of the Philistines, which is today called the Gaza Strip. All right, and it's a burdensome stone for those nations, those bastard nations. Now let's get back to this real quick. All right, so let's get back to it. It says Tel Aviv, Israel, AP. President Donald Trump's plan to seek U.S. ownership of Gaza Strip and move out its population infuriated the Arab world, man, because they know, um, damn, they know what's about to happen. Oh, look, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgressive by wine, see, through their philosophy, through their business, their policies, this place is in transgression, right? Because they get over with their business and their policies and their military and their demonocracy and all their plans and executive orders, they continue in that. It says he is a proud man. They become proud. That's why he's like, yeah, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, before the mix up in the elections, everything was perfect. We had peace on earth. No, it didn't. So this country is proud, and Esau that's what they call it, proud country America, and Trump is proud. There's neither keepeth at home, right? They set up bases all over the world and on everybody's doorstep, and then everybody's business. That's why they're over in the Gaza Strip. We want to take control of the Gaza Strip. Neither keepeth at home, man. So they're not keeping their own place in order, but they're trying to keep other places in disorder, so they can bring order out of chaos, take control. Who enlarges his desires as hell, man. So them talking about Trump talking about bringing a metropolis to Gaza and taking control over it, and the whole world's gonna be able to come there and shop. And who cares, man? They're gonna destroy everybody. It's gonna be a graveyard. All right. So then his desires is gonna be hell for those people over there, and ultimately it's gonna lead to hell on earth. It's gonna lead to World War III. It says what? It infuriated the Arab world. It stunned American allies, which is part of the UN, and other global powers, and even, oh my goodness, flummoxed, never seen that word before, members of Trump's own party. The reaction in Israel was starkly different. The idea of removing hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from Gaza, once relegated to the fringes of political discourse in the country, has found fertile ground in an Israeli public traumatized by Hamas. Oh, goodness. I ain't gonna say they traumatized by Hamas, but Hamas is like, um, they call them a T organization, but they really a revolutionary order that's fighting to protect their people, and they're like the last stance that they have to protect their people in those small pockets, the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, and in both of those areas, those people of Gaza are being oppressed by Israel. So if somebody fight back against oppression, what do they say? They're traumatized by their rebellion. It's like that's what they call us, thugs. Look up the word thuggy. Thuggy comes from the word thug, which means to be a rebel, to fight back. That's what the Gadites were called, thuggies. All right. Let me see. Attacks and grasping for ways to feel secure again. Oh my god, that sounds like Esau, don't it? Um, I don't really want to read no more of this, but we know what's up. We know what they're about to do. All right. Whether or not the plan becomes reality, it is saddled with obstacles, not to mention moral, legal, and practical implications. Its mere pronouncement by the world's most powerful leader, damn, the world's most powerful leader. That's why I said cruel Lord, man, that's him, the king of Babylon, has sparked enthusiasm about an idea once considered to be beyond the pale in the Israeli mainstream. There you go, the pale horse, bringing nothing but destruction. You know, that's Revelation chapter 6, where you look up the word pale, it references to green, which I will lead thee by green pastures. That word green represents life, but the pale horse, the Lord said, the rider upon it is death, and hell followed, where they enlarge their desires at. So that means what? That life from that green is going to turn yellowish pale, which represents decay. If you look at a leaf and it turns yellow and dry, it's decaying, dying. So that's what this administration is going to bring, nothing but death and decay of society, all right, through America and its policies. Habakkuk 2 and 5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. See, they're not satisfied. You'll think that was it. But they trying to take Ukraine, they try to take Crimea, they try to take um, Gaza now, right? America's trying to take all these places. And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people, man, just like a grave does. That grave is the ground takes us all in eventually, these bodies, and it cannot never be satisfied, it's open. But same way Esau is, man, consuming the whole world, seeking whom they may devour. Right? So this is basically them enlarging their desire as hell. Right? Look at that guy. Look at his face. It's crazy, man. And you see who you got in the background? Is that Jefferson? Slave owners. All right. Let's get that real quick. There you go. This is Nahum 2. Nahum 2 and 11. Let's start from there. Where is the dwelling of the lions? Actually, no, that's not what I want. I'm gonna get this one. There you go. I'm gonna get this one right here. Nahum 3 and 12. It says, all thy strongholds, and that's what they're building over there in the Middle East, strongholds, military bases, right? All thy strongholds shall be like the fig trees and the first ripe figs. If they be shaken, they shall even fall into the mouth of the eater. So any nation that wants to come up against them, their bases their little metropolis is going to be taken down. That's what the Lord said, that they shall build, but I shall destroy. Those areas going to be given to the Israelites in the kingdom. All right, get a couple more precepts, man. Make this one quick. So all that strongholds. That's what they got. Strongholds. Let's get this one. Psalms 10:2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Who's the original poor? The Israelites, us, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Now we got a lot of our people mingled over there amongst those Palestinians, amongst Elam, Ishmael. But now Esau is set up to what? Oppress the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So that hell that they're trying to bring is ultimately going to fall on themselves. All right. So they're going to be taken in all their imaginations and their plans. It's going to be a trap for them. All right. Let's get there you go. This is Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old? If you look all the time in history, Esau always try to take over shit. But look at the Roman Empire, you know. Matter of fact, it'd be better to look at Babylon, ancient Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar. He took that land before, and they only occupied it for about 70 years, 78 years. The land of the Philistines. So they still fighting over that land today. So knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth? So you can go way back. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite, that's what he is, man. Him and Netanyahu, they some hypocrites, man. Right? It's but for a moment. All right? And let me get one more, matter of fact. Get that. This is Psalms 10:3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. All right, and their heart's desire is going to bring hell. He said they enlarge their desires as hell. So the wicked boasting of their heart's desire. See, they boasting right here. What's it called? It's the title? Trump's, yeah. All right. Like for instance, right here it says what? How Trump arrived at his stunning idea to take over the Gaza Strip. It stunned the hell out of everybody. And he boasting of his heart's desire. It's not even about America no more. This is like his plan. And his plan is going to bring hell, even more hell on earth. It says Trump administration officials are hurrying to catch up to the president's audacious and improbable plan for the United States to take ownership of the Gaza Strip of Gaza and redevelop it into a Middle East Riviera. The hell is that? The Middle East Riviera. He said the whole world's going to want to come here. Trying to wrap their heads around an idea that some hope might be so outlandish, it forces other nations to step in with their own proposals for the Palestinian enclave, man. So it's a burdensome stone. They all gonna fight over it. President Donald Trump's idea, announced Tuesday evening at a joint news conference with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, was formulated over time. People familiar with the matter said and appeared to they said that, all right, and appeared to originate with the president himself. So these are his desires, man. It says Psalms 10:3, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desires. And that's what the president does once they get in office. And blesseth the covetous, the greedy. Who is that? Netanyahu. That's right. All right. So yeah, look, he blesseth the covetous. The wolf protects the wolf. The word covetous means ill-gotten gain, just greedy and willing to destroy others to get that gain. That's Esau. That's Netanyahu, Bibi. Look at his damn black teeth. You got that you got that Rothschild look. All right, and you got Trump throwing up damn black fist. Just confusion, man. Next to a Jake. Is that a Jake? He probably, what the hell? Why are you throwing up the black flower? Anyway, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and they bless the covetous. They bless the greedy, looking out for each other. Whom Yahweh abhors. So the Lord hates them. He abhors them, I'll say. All right. So they love Bibi, but the Most High abhors them. Let me see if I got one more I want to get. All right, Amanda here. Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh, our power concerning Edom. That's what they are, the Edomites. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen, meaning not that Esau is that ambassador, but the Lord sent a messenger to Esau, right? And we're those messengers today. Arise, saying this is what we're saying. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. All right. So through the prophets, um, really from Yahweh Shai, he's going to cause these nations to rise up against this place in battle. We're fighting a spiritual battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. So the Lord going to make them the target. Thou art greatly despised. See that? Abhorred, man. Greatly despised. And the Lord sending us as messengers to display, to, deliver the message. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Their heart's desire, the pride of their heart, because their trickery that they've been pulling on this earth, the thing's going to work again. Land grabs, deception. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. So they came out from the clefts of the rocks, from Petra, living in caves over there. Actually, a couple times, man. So the first time it happened, they came out of Petra and they built up Edom, living in the caves over there. And then they got ran out of there. And they looked at the caves as their safe haven. And they built the land of Edom so high, and they built walls around it. So the same thing is today. They have that same mindset. So the Lord, like, yo, though you build your kingdom up to the sky, I don't care how high you build it or where you build it, I'm going to tear it down. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, but he said their mind is always going to dwell in the dust, even though their habitation is lifted up. All right, high and mighty. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, all right, and that's their representation, the eagle, the Roman Empire eagle, America eagle, right? Being lifted up high and looking down at the world as prey, like the eagle. Taking things from people swiftly, like the eagle, right? Going out into space, setting a nest out in the heavens, in the Shemayim, in the 60s and 70s, just like the eagle does, setting their eyes down to the earth from their satellites. The pride of thine heart, though thou set thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. So it don't matter where you build your kingdom at, or on this earth or in the heavens, in the Shemayim, the Lord gonna bring them down, especially starting in the 60s. All right, when they started going out there setting up their space stations. It says, right, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? So the Lord gonna send these nations against Edom wherever they're at. Here on the soils of America, they think they're safe because of the waters around it, the distance between the nations. They set up bases. They think they stick together over there and just manipulate and deceive and destroy those nations, the Middle Eastern nations. Says what? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes, man? So Habakkuk 2, it says, thou shalt be for booties unto them. They're going to come take everything back and then some from Trump and these nations. Like, it's not reallys. How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up, man? All right. So, that's Esau. And the Lord said, even though they try to build anywhere on this earth, the Lord said He's gonna throw it down. Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Now, Lucifer just means illuminated one, or uh, like the Illuminati. And who were the founding fathers of America, the original Illuminati? All right, so Lucifer represents them, those elite Edomites that's going to fall, especially through America. All right, America, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Which is America, their beacon, their light. It says, son of the morning. All right, so it's talking about Esau. How art thou, um, how art thou cut down to the ground? Right, because Lucifer just means morning star, which didst weaken the nation. So this place is going to be cut down. We see them weakening the nation, so we know that they're not cut down yet. So this is that place. He said, America, Trump is the most powerful leader in the world, and they're weakening the nations so they can stay strong, coveting and evil covetousness to their own self. But thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. All right, so they wanted to be above us, and they put us in slavery, and they wanted to go out into space as well. And will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. It's called North America. They did the same thing to us, and we're still oppressed there. The sides of the north is called North America, and they sit over us, ruling over us here, and we're that congregation. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's what Trump's doing. They got people calling this dude God, man. Bowing down to him and shit. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. All right, so they're going to be brought down into judgment, into servitude. The same oppression they want to put on the nations is going to fall on them. All the way over there to Europe. And they're going to be brought into the pits in slavery. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. They're going to look right at them. Ain't that Trump? Those Ishmaelites, those Palestinians, they're going to be in slavery, servitude as well in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But they may look over as they working or in chains, walking past. Like, ain't that Trump? Look at Esau. Ain't that the president? Right? They're gonna say what? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. We're gonna look at them too. We're gonna look right at them. Like, there you go. Look at Trump. They go George Bush. Let me see, bring him here. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, and saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that didst weaken and shake kingdoms? You see what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. They're shaking up the kingdoms, making the earth to tremble, and what, weakening the nations. That made the world a wilderness. Turning the world into a wilderness, man. Spreading out their demonocracy and their policies all over the world, which is nothing but paganism. And destroyed the cities thereof, see? Destroyed the cities around the world. That opened not the house of his prisoners. All right? So that's dumb, man. And this is happening right before our eyes. So I'm going to end it. It says here, Trump proposes U.S. to control Gaza and move that would permanently displace Palestinians. Same thing they did with us. No new thing under the sun. And you'll see that never trust thine enemy. As a glass, I don't want to get it. I'm gonna get it for another lesson I got to do. But once you wipe the glass, you'll see that his wickedness is not fully wiped away. You still got the same old bag of tricks, man. Oppression is the lesson. So with that, I'm gonna end it. 40 minutes, not bad. I'm gonna say Shalom and Kal Halayim La Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Harakak Kodash Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS. And Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, the children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. It says the president made the remarks alongside is not really Prime Minister Bibi Benjamin Netanyahu. He claimed earlier in the day that Gazans had no alternative but to leave their homes. Cold-hearted, bro.